Hi everyone, Paul Akers. So people always say, Paul, you look so great, you lost so much weight. Well, I lost quite a bit of weight. I went from 211, which I thought I was in pretty good health at the time, to 189, which I am today. And my goal is 185, which is about what I weighed in high school. So how did I do it? So when I climbed Everest Base Camp, I got off the mountain. Actually, we were helicoptered off the mountain in that big storm. We got down to the bottom. I got my emails, and I got an email from Audible saying, read this book, Eat, Sleep, Move by Tom Roth. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I never heard of it before, but I clicked it. I had a long flight home. I listened to the book and it transformed my life because Tom laid it out and made it really simple. You basically want to eat good foods, you want to move 10,000 steps a day, and then you want to sleep 8 hours a night. Now, I used to sleep about 2 to 3 hours a night, very little. Now I'm up to 4 to 6, so I'm doing better. I'm not at 8 hours yet, but I'm eating perfectly and I'm exercising perfectly. I go about 15 to 19,000 steps a day, so well exceeding, and lifting weights for about 20 minutes, a lot of push-ups. I do sometimes 200 push-ups a day, and I worked up to it. In the beginning, I could only do 20, but now I'm just cranking it. I'm doing pull-ups, push-ups, squats, curls. I do a lot of things. But the important part about this video is how I eat. And I laid out everything on the counter, what I eat in a typical day, and you will not believe it. It's about 2,300 calories. So let's take a look at that, and I'll show you what that looks like. Because people say you can't be eating if you're losing weight. I said, I'm eating so much, it's unbelievable. Matter of fact, I've never been more satisfied in my life. This was last October. We're coming up on October again. I've been doing this for almost a year. I am so committed. When I look at bad food, I want to vomit. I have to have good food. This is what it looks like. Okay, so this is all the food that I eat every day. So let me explain what you're looking at. Number one, first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I make a cup of coffee, okay? And that is in the yellow thermoses right there. The yellow top would be the coffee. I have coffee with heavy whipping cream in it. No Splenda. I used to put Splenda all the time. I put cinnamon and vanilla in my coffee. No sugar. I don't drink any sugar. I hate sugar so much you can't believe it. So I have my coffee first thing. And then I make my smoothie with broccoli, spinach, blueberries, strawberries, a banana, cinnamon, coconut water, vanilla in there, 1 scoop of protein mix. And then I put it in the 4 thermoses here. Those are the orange thermoses. So I'm drinking this smoothie all day long. I drink one immediately in the morning. That's what I eat for food in the morning, if you will, with my coffee. And so I'm kind of laid it out exactly as I eat it in the progression. Then I get these chicken skewers from Costco, which I absolutely love. 2 of them are 150 calories. They're just cooked in olive oil, very clean eating. And I've developed a new thing. I dip them into salsa, which is 10 calories, and it's all just chopped up vegetables, right? And I plunge those into the salsa, and they're delicious, and I love them. So that's a nice little snack, and I eat those throughout the day, generally 2 at a time. If I feel hungry at all, I'll do that. Notice I also have a smoothie now at about 10 o'clock. That's the orange thermos there, so I might have some protein at the same time. And then I'll have another cup of coffee, sometimes at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Sometimes that moves. Sometimes it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I love coffee. I just like it a lot. And then my favorite Chipotle salad. I get a salad, no rice, chicken, all the salsa, sour cream, guacamole, cheese, it's just whole beans, just all vegetables, all delicious stuff. It's just so healthy. So the goal here is to eat as many vegetables as possible. So you see in my smoothie, I've got a big handful of spinach, heavy handful of spinach and broccoli in there, and a whole flat of blueberries right there are in there. So just lots of healthy stuff. I'm trying to eat as much plant-based food as possible. So then I've had my salad here at lunch, and that's just so filling and so wonderful. And then Leanne makes great dinners, and we have salmon, mostly fish. I really focus heavily on fish, and we eat a lot of fish, a lot of shrimp, things like that. So we'll have a piece of nice salmon grilled, and then grilled vegetables. She gets the peppers, she grills them, or broccoli, or broccolini, or something like that. And then I'll have a glass of red wine with my dinner, which is great. And then before I go to bed or right after dinner, I love to have something sweet, you know, but never would I put anything, sugar or cake or anything. That stuff is poison. I hate to be so bombastic about it, but I hate that stuff. But when you eat nature, it's wonderful. So I'll eat a whole flat of blueberries, a whole flat of raspberries, no problem. If it comes from the ground, baby, it's in my mouth and I'm doing wonderful. So this is an overview, and this is about 2,300 calories. So I'll give you a quick rundown how I get the calories. And just, this is all loose, so don't email me or say, Paul, you got your calories wrong. So I count the coffee as about approximately 100 calories. The smoothie is about 500. The chicken skewers are about 500. The salad is about 700. And let's see, I count this dinner probably about 400, the piece of salmon and the grilled peppers, and then a cup of berries. There's a cup of berries in each one of those, about 100, I think it's about 150 each, so there's 300 there. A glass of red wine, about 120 calories. So it's right in that area. Okay, so there's an overview. And the other thing that changed my mind is my perception of bad food. So when I go out, I'm gonna be honest with you here, you guys are gonna email me and tell me, Paul, you're terrible. But when I see fat people now, I think a little differently. I think, you know why they're fat? Because look what they're eating. If you start to watch people who are overweight, like I was, it was because of what I was eating. When I started eating like this, I lost the weight. It was that simple. So my mind fundamentally has changed. When I see those bad foods, when I see those big sodas, when I see those Diet Cokes, when I see all that stuff, I instantly go, of course they're bad. I've never seen a skinny person ever eat that stuff, frankly. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I think it's so important that you develop in your mind a dislike for bad food, not just, oh, well, I'm not gonna be tempted by that. It's not a matter of being tempted for me. I hate that stuff. I look at it, it repulses me. That's one. Number two, I quit making the excuses that I'm a big bone farmer. My dad was overweight. My brother was overweight. I quit making those excuses that, hey, my family's big. I'm a big bone guy. You know, we're big. That's the way we roll, man. That is the biggest bunch of crap that ever hit the face of the earth. I am not a big bone guy. I may be big, but I don't need to be overweight. My hands are so much thinner than they've ever been before, and the fat has come off of me. I mean, I am completely, I won't show you, but I'm completely ripped. I don't have a six-pack, I have an eight-pack. I never dreamed in a million years I would ever have that. And it's just because so much fat was on me and I had no idea. I remember one time I was with my trainer, it was actually my wife's trainer, I worked out with her for a week. Oh, you know, I'd really like to just be able to see my stomach muscles, right? She said, well, Paul, it's really simple. You got too much fat on you. If we can get the fat off, you'll see it because they're all there. I go, oh, really? They're all there? You mean I don't have to develop them? No, they're all there. You just have so much fat on you, you can't see them. And I go, wow. And indeed, Valerie was right. Unfortunately, I didn't do anything about that. That was about 10 years ago. I wish I would have listened to her then. But stop making the excuses that you're a big bone, you're DNA, this is the way you were made, and there are skinny people and there are fat people. That is total BS from start to finish. I should be a testament to that. I mean, I have lived overweight my entire life, but never again, because this is the way I eat. And finally, my trainer, Doug, you know, I was having a hard time losing weight there for a while, where I tapered off, and he said, Paul, it's probably your portion size. And so indeed, I started watching my portion size a little more carefully, and I was logging maybe something that was 400 calories. In reality, it was 600 calories. So I think this whole weight loss thing is really about a gigantic, massive deception that we play on ourselves. And if we tell ourselves the truth, if we're honest about what we're eating, if we're honest about our exercise routine, another thing Doug taught me was, you know, I was working out 20 minutes to 30 minutes. I go on the treadmill and go at a nice pace, but I wasn't really sweating. Doug said, come on, get real. I mean, you've got to work out. And I started working out with Doug for 1 month to get ready to train to surf for 1 month, and he got me in the best physical shape, and I was drenched in sweat, and I learned for the first time I didn't have a clue what working out was all about. So it changed my mind completely about how strenuous you want to be when you work out. I mean, I get into it, and that made all the difference in the world. So remember, this is one big massive deception that we play on ourselves, why we're overweight and why we're not healthy. When you cut through that, it's amazing what will happen. I hope this helps you. Thanks a lot.